Good morning. There's a Reddit post it's a Reddit group I follow, a subreddit. It's called Herman Cain Award. And all it's doing is basically taking stories of people who were, pro-Trump, didn't believe in COVID, people who were really, really, loud and proud about COVID not being real and it being a hoax and the Democrats created it and all that. And people on that page have died. And the subreddit's design is basically to, give a brief testimony, to the person's life, to their actions. I have never felt like this subreddit is, making mockery of death. Maybe people in the comments do, but I want to be very clear about something. When people talk about free speech and all that, yes, you have free speech, but you also have cause and effect. So walk out in the street, busy street, I may get hit. And it's not bad or racist or mean for someone to say, look, he got hit by a car. You kids should learn a lesson from that. That's not bad. When it's something reckless. And, I haven't got the vaccine. I don't push anyone to get the vaccine. But I think COVID is real. And I may get one of the vaccines, depending on this next strain, what comes. Um, these are people who, in particular, have made mockery of the mandates. They've made mockery of the left, who has, been especially, prominent when it comes to taking COVID serious in the beginning. Um, they said Rand Paul caught COVID and he was out there swimming in the Senate pool. And I say this because at that time we didn't know about COVID, so it could have been something that was like HIV bodily fluids. We didn't know, as we know now it's respiratory. We know, I think that it's important. I know God talks about forgiveness and love and treating neighbors yourself, but I think when you have people who have done so much damage and have behaved in such a reckless manner as the people that are depicted on that page, I think that there should be a reminder. And let me end it with this. Herman Cain himself is the best example of this. Here he is, this black conservative, Godfather's Pizza Man, all this type of stuff. And he's up here dancing and making fun and putting stuff on Instagram, talking on his Facebook. Might have been Twitter. He's talking about this is for the Patriots. We're sick of this stuff. And then he dies. And you never heard Trump or anybody speak of this. Now I don't feel bad for Herman Cain. Herman Cain had cancer. He was an old man. He should have known, especially that his life was in danger. And there were conservatives who said that, like Joe Rogan, that said that, yeah, COVID's real, but it's not a big deal for the young people, but that for older people, there's conservatives that have made that known that, yeah, it's real to certain groups, but not to the young population. You have people like Herman Cain who basically just thought shit was sweet, as they say, and he found out. And I've talked about how on here it shocks me that there was a guy on his social media who was saying COVID isn't a real thing, isn't really bad, it's okay. And at the same time, he's laying on his deathbed with a ventilator in him. I don't know why that bothered me. I was doing flatbed. I was still in Charlotte. I don't know why that bothered me. That's when I understood that they pimp black conservatives. They pimp your Candace Owens. They pimp your Kanye's. These guys are pimped. How much money you got? They pimp you, and they use you, and they throw you away like yesterday's garbage. Um, I'm gonna end it with this: the state trooper that what was out there in Minnesota, Michigan, or something, and they had the vaccine mandate. He was told if he didn't get the vaccine, that he would in essence lose his job. And there's the famous clip where he's signing off for the last time in his police car, and he says, uh, "I gotta quit. I'm dirty." And uh, it got me that, well, he cussed the governor. And he wound up getting a bunch of money. He wrote a book, I guess, or he's gonna write a book. He went on Fox News and all this bombastic talk. Uh, COVID isn't this, COVID, and he wound up dying of COVID. And nobody talked about that on the right. No Fox News didn't come out and say, "Hey, we had a guy that came on last week. He's dead." He didn't do that. If Fox News, if the right was fair and just and did that, then I'd say, you know what? You got the right to your body and how you see fit. That's your business. But the fact that these people jump up and do these things and then die and aren't even given a moment's remembrance, a moment's silence, it leads me to believe the right is pimping these people. I did a video talking about a guy in Canada that gave all his money up to the people that were doing the Ottawa, the blocking of the roads with the trucks. Now he's homeless. This guy's homeless. You don't hear anything about him. That's sad that the right can pimp ignorant, dumbed down fools who are caught up and enraptured with this patriotic crap, and then they die. Or in that old man's case, he's living in a car. He's old. What if he's overweight? What if he gets a disease? What if he gets sick? How don't get his drugs? What if his car doesn't run in the winter? I think that Herman Cain Award is necessary. I think it's important. I think it's important to let the public know that you're not Trump. You're not Joe Rogan. You don't have a hospital room waiting for you. You don't have the money to get subclonal antibodies and a Z-Pack and all this shit. Joe Rogan did that video. That's you can't get that stuff at Walmart. People like me can't get that stuff. So what happens if you catch COVID and you got a long haul syndrome? And now you can't concentrate, you can't function, you're low energy, you don't have lung capacity, it goes on for months. You lose your job, right? What happens if you have kids? What happens if your car note? What happens if you have rent? People need to understand the seriousness of this. And not just of COVID, but of right-wing bullshit and how right-wing BS is designed to defend billionaires, to legitimize billionaires, to legitimize their lifestyle, and the fact that you are not a billionaire. You are not a millionaire. You're a plumber that lives in Cleveland. You're a person that works off the market. And you're a person that if you make some simple mistakes, you can die. Thanks for listening.